This is your Diamond insight of a cautious approach to Zambia's borrowing dependency. On December 17, 2024, Zambia's parliament approved a revised loan of $108 million from the African Development Bank to finance the country's 2024 expenditure. This amendment, which replaces an earlier approval of $150 million, signals the government's ongoing reliance on external borrowing to support its fiscal obligations. While the revision may offer temporary relief, it raises significant concerns about Zambia's long-term financial stability and the growing burden of national debt. Finance and National Planning Minister Dr. Stumbeko Musokotwane has framed the revision of the loan terms as a step towards prudent debt management, emphasizing the inclusion of a longer grace and repayment period. In principle, extending the repayment schedule can ease immediate fiscal pressure, but it also raises important questions about the sustainability of such borrowing practices. Zambia's debt has long been a cause of concern, and while the government may argue that the amended loan provides flexibility, it is critical to understand the broader implications of continued borrowing. We also note the inconsistency in government's policy position on borrowing. Within this very week, government announced the latest disbursement of the IMF loan that has now come to a total $1.3 billion. It has also been known that the UPND government held a strong stance against borrowing and castigated the government of the Patriotic Front for borrowing. President Hichilema once called borrowing a tragedy and a time bomb for the country. He equated borrowing to be perpetual debt and poverty. The latest approved debt will bond Zambia to debt for the next 30 years, among other debts. It is a worry for us that despite the underperforming economy and reduced productivity, the country is committing to more and more debt. When will it end? Why is Zambia still on a close to $1 billion AFDB portfolio with a little to show for it? Our country's debt burden is a pressing concern that warrants caution against contracting more in Congole. This government itself has struggled extensively to restructure our old debt. Still, our GDP ratio has been steadily increasing, and the interest payments on existing debts are already straining our national budget. While the government's intention may be to support essential services and infrastructure projects, excessive borrowing without clear plans for generating sustainable income can lead to a cycle of debt that ultimately harms our economy. It must be noted that sustainable economic growth cannot be built on borrowed funds alone. For now, we can wait to see what new will come from Zambia's debt addiction.